back with Elite Dangerous. What are we doing today? We've got resource on mind. So we're looking to see if we can find items that we don't have resource-wise. I mean, I have like 30 of a lot of these. So we're trying to see if we can find ones we don't have. Not that we don't have any. Still good on that. Okay, so in this case, we'll take rep. And this is the biggest rep. Autofill, accept. And then we'll back it out. And we'll find our station here. I think maybe in a little bit we'll go do some combat. That might be fun. Something different. Not something I've done much of. I mean, I've got my my Python 2, but I only used it a couple of times, so I'm not really comfortable with it. And I actually watched one of these belugas go through the slot, and it literally does fill the whole middle slot. It's a lot better than I thought it was. But, you know, it's life. It was why I kept getting stuck. But we're good. There's a couple of different engineers I want to work on getting access to. And getting them mastered. Mainly because it'll help out in the long run. Like for transport. For the freighters. Having a higher top speed is much better than not. For the transporters, having jump range. For like this ship, or for the my Manly. Crucial to have jump range. If you're doing a combat spec, you really want to have shields. You have the improved shields and improved weapons. There's a lot of stuff like that you want to do. You don't have to improve everything. Because, frankly, too many engineers can actually make your ship perform worse. The biggest thing we need, though, is the resources. I could get a lot of them through combat. Just carry some limpets or something. So I don't have to go fetch it all. But then I have to have collection limpets. And collection limpets, well, not a problem. Why did we all of a sudden overspeed? I swear, sometimes this thing just goes nuts. Oh, and of course, it's on the dark side of the planet. Thankfully, I'm not landing myself. I'll use the computer. That'll make it easier. But once we actually get ourselves tweaked out, we'll go out a long haul with the Manly. I swear, some days this game drives me nuts. Just drives me nuts. Because it'll just all of a sudden just go out the window. Alright, here we go. Now, as turns around, you have to do this carefully. Is it literally below me? It is right below me. There it goes. Easy peasy. That was a little tighter than I wanted. Yeah, one of the local gravitational conditions after I almost crashed twice. Sheesh. Thanks for the heads up. So I've changed DRM for, DRM phrase. I've changed players for my music. So that helps. Alright, so we want the reputation. Just really good with us. Oops. Not what I want. Alright, what do we got here? What's this one? Exceptional scrambled emission data. Not useful. This one is scrambled emission data. Don't need it. This one. Bulk data. Don't need that either. Alright, so switch our rep. What do we got? We have this one for 4 rep. This one here's a good one too. So the one up to Wolf is probably the better one. Not always though. See, this one's 700k for 4 rep. Oh, sorry, this is 800k for 4 rep points. The other one is also 800k. So the question is, which one do I want to push? Travel agenda, okay. It's the Lambert Union of the local system. This one is Chickamora. Again, another local. It's not really useful. Yeah, we'll just take this one. What's the worst that can happen? It's not like anything really happens in these missions anyway. It's just a matter of getting the missions to line up. Lunch. More missions you do, the more rep you get, the better missions you get. And more specifically, the more missions you can get.
Landing gear retracted.
Detach confirmed. Make way for oncoming traffic.
Getting out of orbit. There we go. Off and running. Destination is obscured. Really?
Frameshift drive charging.
I hate that.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
It's definitely a nuisance. But it's okay. We'll just get ourselves above the DARP line. Probably get ourselves above the OC line and be able to fly around. Like FSG travel speed, or travel acceleration, is a good one. But jump range is usually the big one you want. Let's see. Got an upgrade to a quartz over there. That's good. It's not a big deal. But it's helpful. Portal's good, but you really want friendly.
Frameshift drive charging.
That's what you really want. Once you get to friendly or ally, you get them the best missions to have. Unfortunately, you don't always have options of who you're going to be with. And like doing what I'm doing, I'm more looking for just generic rep within the region. And I don't need carriers right now. Hazards are off, good. Get rid of the carriers. Where's it at? Stop staring at the sun.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
That is not recommended. But that's amazing when you're doing those, million light year jumps. Then you gotta sit there and go forever. We're talking about hundreds of thousands. That's a mess. But it is functional. Let's see here. I think y'all could use a little more audio. Because the game's a little quiet. It's just the background music. this case. So what did I need for the frameshift drives? Okay, I need atypical echoes. Data, atypical echoes. Got 37, that's good. Under here, I need chemical processors. Ugh, I only have 3 of those. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of like. Oh, that was weird. I have no clue what that happened there.
Bravo into your Gulf. This is Federal Flight Control. Request docking if you wish to land.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It about made me crash into the station.
Request approved. Cleared to land on pad 40.
That was almost catastrophic.
Clear for automated approach vectoring.
I don't normally jump in that close to the station. Okay, so phosphorus. Phosphorus. We might need more of that. Phosphorus 43. No, I'm good. I got plenty of that for now. Strange wake solutions. Okay, so over here, data. I don't even have that. Let's make sure it's not over here. It is not. I haven't even seen that data. So that's going to be interesting. So manganese. Maybe over here. I'm okay at manganese.
Landing gear deployed.
Eccentric hyperspace trajectory. Over here. Don't have any of that. Arsenic. I got 3. That's not helpful. Chemical manipulators.
Landing successful. Engines
I don't have any of those. Data mined wake exceptions. Data wake.
Incoming mission critical message.
Don't have any of that either. I'm not even gonna listen to it. Because odds are they want me to like divert from another station or something silly. We'll take the right.
Incoming message.
Yes, I don't really need those. What's this one give us? Scrambled emissions? Don't need those either. Here we go. Flawed focus crystals. I don't think I have any of those. No, actually I do. I got 50. I got 16. But that would be good. Now let's see here. Now in most cases, you tend to stay in the same rough area of space. Every once in a while you end up drifting pretty far away. So every so often I have to look at the map and see where have I drifted to. Then basically fly back to whatever home is. So that we kind of keep ourselves within like 100 light years of our home systems.
Landing gear retracted.
Ship restraints retracted. Follow the greens on your way out.
Let's don't need any of these. All these old nails. Let's get rid of these. Clean up my inbox here. A couple of transportation quotas. Most is just mission updates. And they delete themselves after like 30 days anyway. But you know, it's just easier to delete them all. You don't need them.
Frame shift drive charging.
How's it going, Wargaming? How are you doing tonight? Did you have a good day? Today we're just doing some resource gathering and some rep mining. Day one's the rep mining. And I can find the resources I need for upgrades when I take them. But the big thing is the rep mining. Because frankly, we don't got enough. Not in enough systems anyway. I'd frankly like to have a little more. And I changed my audio system.
Drive operating beyond safety limits.
Oh my goodness,
Warning.
that's just nuts.
Critical.
I haven't tried the the boosted before. It's a interesting thing. Making do a decent day overall. I'm headed out to collect raw minerals at the crystalline forest. Oh, that's nice. I don't know if I've been out there. Hearing me over what, the audio or just me in general? The mic might be a lot too far away from my face. Because I can turn the game down. Turn the background music all down. Is that better? Then I might not be able to hear the game at all. And I might be too loud. Let me know. Unfortunately, my desk, I rearranged it a little bit today. So I'm a little farther away from my mic than I usually am. Can you still hear the game audio and the background music? Or has that faded out and it's just me? Because getting all that balanced is always a... Yeah, you can throw it in chat. Because I know there's a couple different ones. And I know that like you can find most of it on like Inara or DBSM or whatever. But yeah, you can throw it in chat and I'll take a look at it on map and bookmark them. Because that'd be good to have bookmarked. Can't tell. My own game music is overriding yours. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. It's probably part of why you're having some issues with hearing me. If your music's too loud. But that's okay. Maybe somebody else will pop in and they'll have like no audio going on. Thank you. Let's not crash into the planet again today. I bounced off the atmosphere earlier today. It was super annoying. I mean, super annoying. I hate bouncing off the atmosphere. Because then it's either spend 5 minutes trying to fly down, or taking a minute to fly back into orbit and turn around and come back down. Super problematic. This just has a little more speed going down. Not too much though, or I'll bounce off the atmosphere. See, I bounced off the atmosphere again. And where's my... Well, I'm directly above it, so that's not too bad. We can fly on down. But yeah, if you can drop the systems in chat, I'll definitely take a look at it and mark it up. Because at some point soon, I need to go do mineral mining so that I can do my engineering and get my engineers up and running. Alright, so what do we have? HIP 36601 has 4, and C1A, C1D, B, and C5. Okay. I'll look at it and see how far it is from where I am. I'll download. And I'll go down there and pick it up. Slavery offer, not worth it. I'm not doing a pirate campaign. There we go. There we go. Dock us. You missed it earlier, just before I got online. I about smashed myself right into a building. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. It decided to glitch me to, like, you know, when you're coming down, that sometimes glitches and it pauses for a second and then it catches up, but you're like, you know, 4 or 5K farther down. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. About blew myself up. Alright, so let's unload the cargo. Unload cargo. And we're going to take the flawed focus crystals, because we don't have any of those. You know, I also had a glitch earlier today. I apparently came in from behind one of the rotating round stations with the habitation ring. And this is one of the ones that has the large solar panels on it. The big fan, like the flower, looks like a flower. That thing, it decided to spawn me when I jumped in the middle of the station, staring at the big fan solar panels in the ring. It was like, what the hell? Those are two systems that have 6 of the 7 grade 4 raw minerals. Sweet. Sweet. Well, I will mark them. Even if they don't have all the minerals, it's still better than nothing. Alright, so let me go to the navigation state. Excuse my keyboard, so I'll move my T out of the way. Fix the trajectory lines, because that's just annoying. And we're looking for HIP 366601 right there. How far from me is that? Unavailable route. Well, this ship may not be able to make that run. Only 1,500 light years. That's not bad. I can get out there. I just have to take a ship that's able to make the jumps. That one's not too bad. Alright, so bookmark. Oops. Hip. I'll move my joystick out of the way for a minute. Because I don't need it. 36601. Crystal Forest. C1. A30D. Save. The other one that you mentioned was OUTOTZ LS-K D889. I can't type. Oh. How do we get a space in there? Not there. 8-3. It's even farther out. Eek, that's 700 light year. So we'll mark it. So we're going to OUTOTZ-KD8-3 Crystal Forest. And this one you said was on B5A and B5C. Save that. Permanent locked systems in the way, though. That is true, Rylock, but you can get around that. That's not a problem. It really isn't. Exactly, I can move around them. Alright, thanks. It's much appreciated. The auto navigation has issues, and I went to, what was it? Hold on, I'll show you. I spent 2 days, so please show me. Okay, so if you have spent 2 days on what? Getting around the autopilot thing? Thank you for the follow. How are you doing, Quagmire? Where is it? Swords? Is this the one I want? No. That is not where I want to go. That's a new transfer. Where's... Here it is. This particular system is at the bottom of the world. It is a mess to get to if you try and do it all at once. Ugh, it's a mess. Because the autopilot can't get there. It can't find routes. So you gotta take smaller chunks. You just have to take smaller chunks around your problem areas in the right general direction and you'll find it. It's annoying, but it's easy. It's doable. Cal 70 area, doing great, just getting into ED. 30 hours in and going broke. Okay, so the question is, Quagmire, what are you playing in ED? I can tell you the best way to make money early without going out of your way to, like, join a group like the Pilot Trade Network, or PTN, which I highly recommend it. I've been with them for a week and I love it. But there are some easy ways to make a lot of money, and there's some easy ways to go super broke. So the question is, what are you doing to make money? Okay, so if you don't want to spend the extra money to buy a pre-built ship, which honestly, totally worth it, but I get it if you don't want to spend the extra money on it. No problem there. Then what you want to do is you want to set yourself up with a passenger ship. If you're relatively low on money, I can't do shipyards here. Well, let me find a station that I can actually do a shipyard at. Yeah, this will work. So the question is, how much you got? You grab the Cobra 5. Okay, that's a combat ship. It's not going to be great for mining or for cargo. But you can tweak it out. Well, Quagmire wants to do exploration and passengers, which passengers is great, easy money early on. All you have to do is get the passenger bays on your ship. No big deal there. It's a pretty easy thing to do. And you can do passenger runs. The larger your ship, the better passenger runs you can do. But honestly, the peasant runs are just fine. I don't recommend doing the sightseeing tours. They take a lot of time and they're not really worth the money. However, if you want to go see the universe, they can be some cool trips. To do, because they'll take you to places like the white dwarfs or red giants or neutron stars and the cool stuff. If you have the money for it, buy the Beluga. I am currently in the pre-built Beluga, and it is amazing. Let me get over to Davy Doc over here. I'll show you what it looks like. And now I have mine kit out. Also, keep in mind that when you have a pre-built ship, if you try to respec it, you have to sell off all of your pre-built stuff and buy expensive gear. So the Beluga has several luxury passenger lounges. And if you want to swap those out for, let's say, a first class lounge or a business lounge so you can carry more people and do those bigger runs later on, then when you want to go back to luxury passengers, you have to rebuy those big luxury passengers. Not great. But it is, a great starting ship. I still have most of it in this base configuration. But once I can show you mine. Now, Wargaming over on YouTube says for passenger missions, you can try Robigo, which I will put into chat for you. The Robigo system is what he's saying has good offerings for short hops running around. I'm not in that area. I've heard people say Robigo's and that region's decent, but I'm over by Karis. I'm in that region of space by Karis and Wolf 906 is the area that I'm at. You're down in Lawson? Where's Lawson from here? Because I'm not sure where Robigo or Lawson is from where I'm currently at in the galaxy. So, let's see. Robigo is 400 light years away, so it's on, pretty much on the other side of the habitable space. If you're in Lawson, you're at a Lawson station. The question is, what system are you in? Not the station. Repetitive, and it will get boring, but you also can earn rep with one of the 3 superpowers. Yes. Now, that's actually one of the things that I'm working on right now, Wargaming, is I'm doing rep missions, but I'm also doing, I think I'm drunk. My autopilot's drunk today. But I'm also doing engineer gear. That's the 2 things I'm working on. So, because I like having rep wherever I go, because it makes your prices cheaper. If you can get yourself up to like friendly and higher, it's always nice. So that helps you. Let's see if we can figure out where you are. You said you're over in... No, it's not that. Lawson Orbital 3. I'm not seeing a 3447. Oh, here it is. You're in LHS 3447. Which actually isn't that far from me. Because where I'm doing most of my passenger stuff is... I've actually come south quite a bit. I'm down here right now. But usually I'm up here. I've kind of drifted from my center of reality between Karis and... Where is it? Where's Wolf? There it is behind me. And this one down here. And Wolf down here. That's usually what I'm bouncing around. I came back one day too late for the. Yeah, no, one day too late. No, you'd have had to come back like 2 weeks ago if you wanted to get involved in the war of any kind. Except maybe if you want to like evacuating people or something, maybe. But for the most part in the war, if you were not here like 2 weeks ago, you wouldn't have time to build up enough stuff. But the default ship, that's what we're doing. We're gonna look at the default ship. So the blue guy, which is what I'm in, I've done some tweaking to this one. No free engineering SCO drives. Oh yeah, you get the SCO drive. You do get that. And a lot of them. But the SCO drives really aren't that expensive. I bought one for my freighter, my T9 freighter, and it was like, I don't know, 20 mil? Which, if you're not doing freighter work that's like chump change. Cool, Titan drives and malleolate components. That kind of stinks. Yeah, that kind of stuff you don't want to pick up until you actually until you have need of it. It's just a bad thing. So it comes with, so everything here that's got this little bag next to it is all the stuff that came with it. And these are fine. The 3 multi-cannons and the 2 pulse lasers. Honestly, you don't need them. This thing's fast enough, you don't have to worry about getting interdicted. And if you do, you can outrun most of them. Like I said, the rest of this, the shield boosters, heat sinks, chafe launchers, all this stuff, I haven't had any problems. And I've been running this thing for about a week now. Doing some rep missions. It's huge. Internal core, you will never have to update any of this unless you're doing engineering. Because it's got a SCO drive, which is amazing. And it's all maxed. It's all A7, it's all 6A, 7A. The life support is only as an 8D, but they give you the 8D because the Ds are usually a little lighter than the other models to save on weight. But you don't really need life support because you're not going into combat in this thing. So you can actually strip that out to like nothing and upgrade something else if you really wanted to. Power distribution's fine. Sensors, they give you a 5D. Again, you don't need it. So who cares? But internals, this is what it lays out to. You get 4 of the luxury bins, which only have an 8% capacity, but they're the top bin. So that's amazing. And these things are like, I think they're like 8 mil a piece or something like that. They're stupid expensive compared to the others. That's give you a 5A shield scoop. And this is where mine will differ. So I put in a 4D business class replacing the first class cabin because, frankly, I didn't need it with all those luxury compartments. I didn't need the first class. And then I got 2 3Ds, and I swapped out one of the 3Ds for a Super Cruise assist. So I had Super Cruise, and I have the advanced docking computer. So I have both of those. I think it comes with an advanced docking computer, but I accidentally destroyed it, so I had to replace it. And of course, there's no vehicles. But no, this thing is for passengers. It's amazing. Once you get a hold of this particular ship, you can go to a mission board literally anywhere and grab, with like a 95% chance, You can go to a system you've never been, have 0 up, and still find a mission. It's amazing. I can use Super Cruise Assist, and I have oversight. Yes, the Super Cruise Assist when you're doing freighter transport or when you're doing passenger transport are fantastic. And the way I have mine set up over on your ship under the flight assist tab, I also use the docking computer to turn on, but under this here, I use the throttle manual. I set this one to manual so that the Super Cruise will kick in when you're in the blue zone of your throttle. But if you're in the orange zones above or below, then you have control. The reason I do this is because every once in a while you get those systems where you got to fly 100K, 200K, 300K or more. And by setting your throttle all the way up, it'll go all the way out, as fast as it possibly can. And it's just slowing down. Just put it back into the blue and it'll slow you down and stop you in the system. Let me catch up what's going on over here on YouTube real quick. Solo grinding, patrols, and AX ships. Sounds like fun. Go to the Thargoids. Do have patrols, but much fewer than the Kokiji. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to stay away from the Thargoids for the moment. I want to have the money to be able to do some stuff. Because I don't have the unlocks for it yet. I need to get them, though. Definitely need the unlocks for the Thargoid gear. Or the Guardian gear, rather. But that's going to be an endeavor. No, anytime. I am not the most knowledgeable person about Elite Dangerous. There are people that know way more than I do. And my YouTube chat, they're going to town. And some of this information is coming from them too. But like I said, if you want to do passenger transports, the Beluga's it. I did get a couple of ships just to try a few out. So I got the Beluga, the Mandalay. If you want to do exploring, just buy her. Just buy the Mandalay and go to town. Granted, you'll want to do the engineering to buff up the your jump range, but other than that, it is amazing. The T8 transporter, that is also really worth getting too. And I have the Python 2. This is another one I have. This is another one I have. But I also have the Python 2 for combat. I haven't used it very much. I haven't done a lot of combat. I also have my old ASP. To buy the Type 6 miner was a waste. Yes, I will agree with you there. Because you can get the T8 and then they all do. The only reason that Beluga has it too. They all come with one. The Mandalay is a fantastic ship. But they all come with the fuel scoop. It's one of the things that comes standard. Like I said, it comes with the fuel scoop. It comes with the SCO jump drive. They come with whatever equipment that's for whatever role it's for. So it's not that big of a deal. The Mandalay is a fantastic ship. You want to do exploration, just buy one and then have fun with it, because I have had a ball with that ship. and because it's already pre-geared, you don't have to worry about it. You do have to take limpets with you in case you find like biological research or whatever, but I tend to forget them, honestly. Your fleet carrier is in blah blah blah. Let me know if you need to buy anything outside anything other than swap something else. Okay. I'm in game with somebody else. You want to friend me? My name is somewhere on the window. If anybody wants to friend me, they are welcome to do so. I share an account with a friend on Steam, and that's his tag. But I took it from my other half. He stopped playing, so I started playing it. So if you just want to hit up Big Zune, and you can always send me an invite, and I will accept your invites. Sure. So, let me see. Did you have any other questions, Quagmire? Because I'm happy to answer. Yep, nope. I kind of figured you were wargaming, but I just wanted to let everybody know what my tag was so they could send me invites if they wanted to. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to go out with you, but it doesn't hurt to have friends, especially when you come into chat all the time. It does help. Rylock, I completely agree with you. I came back right after the Thar God, or after the carrier was destroyed. And I haven't played in like a year. So, oh my goodness, it's been a while. Okay. Home base is a completely different conversation, Quagbar. Right now, the only thing you can have is a carrier. Fleet carriers are about 5 billion to buy, about another 3 to 5 billion to outfit, and at least 5 million a week in maintenance costs. And that's like the minimum. It's sitting somewhere and it never moves. And I only have just under 500 million. And I need at least like 8 billion. Yes, it is a great goal to say, I want to own one. Yeah, I want to own a carrier. That is a great goal. But it is expensive. What is this? Let's see. Why am I in a kite 2? And what was I doing all... Well, kites are usually combat ships. And a kite 2 is a good ship. But probably flying it around doing something. How is it rigged? Oh my god. I don't have the military rank. But I do have the faction standing. I am how should we say, I have the faction standing 4-1. I just don't have the military rank, assuming it still needs one. Does the cutter and corvette still need the military rank? Or does it just need faction standing? I don't remember. I'm sure I can find one near me. Who? Near me. And this is where, Quagmire, this is one of the things you want to get used to, is there's some sites out there um, that you can use to search for things. The most popular one is Inara, Inara. The other one that you can look for is EDSM and EDBB and a couple of others that can help you do like trade routes. But Inara is the best one. Yeah, it's still rank and faction. That's what I thought. Because I don't have military rank. That's the one thing I need to grind if I want to buy one. Not necessarily actually use the dumb thing, but just say I own it. Which one, Inara? Oh, is EDB finally gone? Okay, I wasn't sure if they were still around. So, that pretty much gives you ED Discovery, EDSM, and Inara. I think are the best ones right now, from what I've seen. All right, so and if you can't find it, whatever, you can always ask somebody who's playing ED. They'll tell you. Yeah, Inara is amazing. Um, every time I'm looking for something, I was like, "Where is this at?" I go to Inara, and they're like, "Let's do an equipment search." Like when I was building out my freighter, I'm like, "I need a hyperdrive, or I need um, a thruster or something." I was like, "Where am I gonna buy one?" Type it in. I need a 6A engine. Where can I find one? Oh, it's only one stop over. Jump over to the star system, grab an engine. I need a 6A FSD. Oh, look, right over there, right next door. There's one over there. I can get regular or get a SCO. Honestly, do not buy a regular, just buy a SCO. Don't even buy a regular, just buy a SCO. You're better off if you're going to buy one. Good morning, White Tiger. How are you doing today? I have a rather busy chat this evening. I'm enjoying it. I'm not getting much done, but man, are we having fun talking. I'm talking out my face twice. Going right and left today. What in the world is this gambit? I mean, look at this. 2 million or 5 influence or 5 faction? That's nuts. That one's nuts. I don't need metal scrap right now. Let's see. I don't need distortion wakes. The crystal forests are still out there in those areas? Okay. It's good to know they're still out there. I will keep the bookmarks and I will head that way with a long range cargo ship. So I can jump out and jump back. So I can actually bring some more cargo back. Take something like tweak out like my T8 or something. Retool my. Oh wait, yeah, I can retool my T8. Yeah, it'd be a good retool. Could do that, and back to retooling the T8 a little bit, give it a little less cargo, a little more jump range. That'd be a bad idea. I don't think my asp will make it. Could just buy a new ship. What would be a good long range resource collector? SUP22. Welcome to the party. I got tons of people going today. Yeah, the Beluga is amazing. I am insanely happy with the stock Beluga. It's nuts. It's totally worth it. Uh, no, resource gatherer. So we were talking about going out to um, the crystal forest and collecting a bunch of like resources while I was out there. So I was thinking what would be a good long range collector to be able to go out there, collect the resources, but also be able to pick up um, salvage or minerals or whatever I find along the way. So I can have at least like 16 or 32 cargo holds or something. Just trying to figure out what might be a good thing to have there. I'm going to take this crazy mission because that's just bonkers. Anybody else going to the same system? No? All right, thanks, guys. And we'll do this one. Metal items were to unlock the 4E anti-corrosive cargo rack. So I am not using the two super small ones. Oh, nice. I need to look into that because I want my scout ships that go out there in the longer hauls to have the anti-corrosive racks. If nothing else, just to have the anti-corrosive racks. Even if I don't get the other Guardian gear. What? They probably want me to kill somebody along the way. I love how the fuel efficient route is going to take you 15 jumps to go 5 light years next door. It's stupid. Yeah, I at least bought them from Palin, but they take 1 slot and only hold 2 items. Ugh. Isn't there a larger one? Isn't it like a larger anti-corrosive rack? Because that would make sense that you only get the 1. Unless you have to unlock more levels or something like you do with the engineers. I have not looked into it. I haven't looked into the Guardian gear or the anti-corrosive gear. How are you doing, 22? I said hi, but what you up to today? Hope you had a good Christmas. Yeah, I kind of figured. The 6E was a CG award. Yeah, I don't have any chance of having that. I'm sure they'll release it again. Everything in this game gets released, I think, just about in some way, shape, or form. It's just everybody who gets it first if you're during the events. Or whatever. I am interested to see what the next phase is. Because right now we're in reconstruction. And the next phase is colonial. And it'll be interesting to see how they handle colonial. Because I found a couple of systems that would be really good to go put a colony at. But they're out there. They're like, 1,000 light years out. And if we don't have a good way, if we don't have a good long range for colonization, then it'll suck. What in the world? I just started this jump. Dude's already trying to sink me? Hold on, I gotta pay attention to this real quick. Today was nuts. There was a fire at work. That sucks, 22. Sorry to hear that. Oh my goodness, this is gonna take a while. I'm guessing they want me to kill this guy. Oh look, kill the dude. This is what I don't like. I've never liked this from Elite Dangerous. They give you these bonus awards, like these bonus missions, like kill this guy who's gonna try and interdict you. And it's like, do that, but we're only gonna give you 20K. Are you kidding me? Really? 20K is all we're getting. That actually pushed us pretty hard. I haven't used it at this speed before. I don't think it's really worth it. But hey, it's interesting. But I gotta put out stuff. Yeah, that's never fun. Anytime you have that kind of stuff, it always drives you nuts. It really is. It's definitely a nuisance. But yeah. So today we're just kind of cruising around, chatting with everybody. I'm not really doing anything in particular. So it makes it easier for me to be able to chat with everybody and say, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Got going on? You know? It makes it easier for me to do that. But, you know, it is what it is. I was looking for something over here in YouTube, but apparently it doesn't have what I was looking for. There we go. So, somebody brought up the anti-corrosive cargo holds. And I was wondering what all that was about. Anti-corrosive cargoes. Corrosion-resistant cargo racks. So, Rylock, what you got? There was a bug in the galaxy map that doesn't keep the state of the system. I am looking for, like, famine to farm, data mined, wake expectations, or is it too early in the week? Honestly, I don't know. I actually don't know that answer. With it being the beginning of the week, there's a lot of stuff that has been reset, like market values and whatnot. So there's a lot of data that gets reset every week, or it gets reset like, every couple of weeks or whatever. It is a nuisance, but it's not too bad. Let's see here. Now the anti-corrosives, we know what it takes to unlock. Yeah, it's a shame that the community events are drive the world, but a 16 cargo capacity would actually be useful. I have a printout that I keep as a shopping list. Yeah, I have one in Notepad++. Honestly, I have a Notepad++ thing that I just keep all my notes in of what I need. It works out better that way. And then when I need something, I just go over to like Inara and say, where can I buy this? Or where can I find that? And good to go. System stats don't change on weekly restat. They have their own timers. Ah, okay. That works. Yeah, I looked it up. I got the list for it. It's one of those things you just kind of have to do a targeted thing for it. Because I don't think I have the engineering materials for it. Let's see. I got the iron. Chemical manipulators. I don't think I have any of those. That's data. I don't have any chemical manipulators. Let's see, radiation baffles. Let's see here. Not on that list, so probably something else I have to buy. And nanoferrix insulation. No, I don't have any of that either. So, it's one of those things that I have to look it up when I want to do that. So I can stock up the ship with whatever size I want. Because like I said, having a 64 slot, a 16 slot would be amazing. It'll help me do when I go out for runs. I usually run in private, but fleet carriers are cross playstyle. Yes, they are. It's actually really interesting because I'm part of PTN and I use them mainly for the carrier loading and unloading to make money. So I have most of this 475 million that I have on me was from carrier runs. And it's interesting, and the reason they do that is so that you can't exploit a carrier. If they're unloading or loading cargo, so let's say they're loading cargo, and when they load the loading cargo, it's 20K credits per ton of units that you're loading. The system will only give out 25,000 of those sales, because that's what the carrier has commissioned for it. So it keeps them up to date going across the platforms. It's really interesting. Let's list on how to unlock the cargo locks. Yes. We're talking about the cargo unlocks. And what I'll probably do is I'll probably track down all the goods, maybe even buy it from a carrier just to unlock them, so that I can put a 4E anti-corrosive in my my Mandy somewhere. I have to figure out how I'm going to put it in there, because its cargo capacity is, I think, a 3. I think it's a 3. Yeah, I think it's a 3 or something like that. Yeah, might want to pay attention to your crystal shooting so you don't, like, topple yourself. Most people play in private mode. They really do. Unless they're running with a wing or something. Then they travel as a collection. But aside from that, most people play in private mode because they just don't want to deal with the chaos that is the open servers. Not that I think the open servers are that much of a problem anymore. They were for a while back in the day. But I don't think they are anymore. I mean, I don't think ED has that many concurrent players, really. I mean, it's got a lot, don't get me wrong. But it's not like it was when it first came out. Just getting back into the Having Cool group. Yeah, no, it's actually really nice. And if you can find a team Discord that you like, then that helps too. Well, even if it's a small team where it's only like 20 of you or whatever, versus something like PTN, which is like 500 players. How do you know find your handle in this game? It's actually on the escape screen. It's right here on the top. It's got your handle. It's got your number of credits and how much arc you have. Upper right hand corner on that window. It's the easiest way to find it. It's in multiple places though, but that's the quickest way. Hey, there's my handle. Players, AD players are up with new releases and shipping content. Yeah, they're always talking, going bonkers, but they tend to stay in certain places. Like, Shinrarta. Yeah, they do. Shinrarta is probably just a mess. The only reason that going to open was ever really useful for a lot of people was if you're looking for quests. So if you're looking to do like a bunch of quests, usually like combat quests or whatever, I don't know if this is still the case, but the best way to load up a bunch of quests was to just jump between the instances. So you'd go to a single player, solo instance, and then you go to a team instance, then you go to open play, and kind of bounce through them a little bit, and you could stack up quests real quick. Doing that route versus having to go station to station hopping. Can players sell engineering mats to others? No, that's definitely an issue. But if you know where to go through talking with different people, like Wargaming, or if you're on one of on one of those chat servers, or just go into the open server on a populated system and pop in a chat and ask, people will tell you. They changed somewhat in Odyssey, that's true. With on-foot materials, that's true. But only sellable to from carriers, not person to person. Yep. And there's some stuff that can only be sold to like bartenders from the on-foot stuff. So there is that too. You just gotta kind of know what you're looking for, where you're going. We have finally gotten to Kaylee to drop this one off. Now, for this mission drop off, I have choices. 2 million, it's good, don't really need it. Influence, I don't care. I don't care about the power plays or anything like that. But I heard Soul System has a pretty funky power play going on right now. I just want the rep, because 1.5 million in rep has got to be insane. And I got a bonus credit applied. No problem there. Ton of rep. Yeah, they moved up pretty quick. They both went to Cordial. That's great. FDev needs to update it to allow ship minerals to be bought at FCs too. You know, that would actually be useful, I think. I really do. I think that would definitely be a useful thing. I was kind of surprised that they didn't. Don't need typical wikes. Hybrid capacitors. That could be useful. I need some of that. I don't have any hybrid capacitors. What's this one here? Mechanical scrap. Don't really need that. Mineral extractors. Not what I was looking for. So, hybrid capacitors. I don't have any of these. And we're good. Alrighty. Done. Let me do this real quick. Alright. So where are we at over here? Now let's see here. What do we got? Oh, they're just talking about resources. Carriers not being able to buy and sell resources, which is an utter shame in my opinion. It is a tragedy, but you know, it is life. However, the life in a transport shuttle is amazing. I don't need that. Let's not go backwards here. I hit the reverse button by mistake. It's needing a 65-ton cargo in a new ship that's killing me. Why didn't you just go do the drop-off? Just head down and do the drop-off and be done with that. Get everything unlocked and just, they don't have to worry about it. I want to use my medium ship so I can throw the engineered FSD into it. It's easier to get around. Collect engineering mats. Yeah, that's definitely true. I've got my Python that I was using to collect ones that you can get from ship drops in combat. Though I have not really done much combat with it, though I probably should. Because the Python 2 is an amazing ship. The only problem with it is cargo space. If you have it set up for like pure combat, you don't have a lot of cargo space. I need to adjust it so it has more cargo space. I think it's only got like, the recommended minimum is like, oh, use 8. And like, I'd rather have 16. Thank you. 8's fine, but I'd rather have 16. So I gotta figure out how to cram a 4E into it. Because that's really what we need. There's no point in having anything less than, 16 cargo spots. 8 is like okay in an emergency, but with Odyssey and the ability to pick up loot when you're out traveling, you really need way more cargo capacity than 8. 8 is just like a nice minimum for like limpets, but for like repair limpets or research limpets, I get it. But if you're going to do any collection at all, then 8 is just not enough. Though I am considering taking my Python out to do combat missions to grind Fed rank. I might do that this weekend when I have time. Because, like, Friday and Saturday, my streams are Final Fantasy V, so I won't be doing them. I'll be doing Elite Dangerous, for those 2 streams. But I'll still be working my stats to keep it growing along the way. Using an Anaconda for HTEs and everything else is stuck in shit. Well, the other thing you can do is there's some for if you want to do like combat experience, there's some cheeky ways to make a ton of money in combat using like a T10 Defender. Using a T10 Defender and just letting it go is an amazing way to make money, apparently. But I don't have the money to set one up properly. And still have enough money left over to do other things. Because they're expensive. Hybrid capacitor, thank you. Alright. I priced one out and I don't have all the credits here. Yeah, the T10 AFK is like 500 or 600 million, depending on how it's set up. I've heard people say that where they can't get the T10 AFK to work for them. I've had other people who's like, yeah, it's worked for me first time. So I think it's part of its prep, part of its just making sure you have the thing built out correctly. Thank you. I'm happy that, people come and want to hang out with us. Unfortunately, I still haven't figured out why my sub alerts aren't working from YouTube. I don't know. It's driving me nuts because they used to work and now they don't. They stopped when I got my new OBS up and running. It's weird. I had to reinstall OBS and the new version I'm using for whatever reason, Streamlabs doesn't like. I think Streamlabs may have lost connection to my account. Actually, why I'm stocked here? Let me go look. Because maybe it's a Streamlabs problem. Kind of curious since I have people hanging out. I can go look. Nope, log in. Get into my account. I'm trying to figure out. Why it's not working today. Because this is easier when you have people in your chat. Nope. It says that it's merged in properly. So let me go to alerts real quick. Maybe they changed the YouTube stuff. And it's not chimed in properly. Oh, that's what happened. Okay, I'm gonna have to deal with it later. That's gonna take me a minute to set up. Oh no, 22. Don't worry about it. After you mentioned that you had some problems at work and you're just stressing, nah, no big deal. We're just gabbing, which is great. I'm extraordinarily happy that I have multiple people to talk with, and you hydrated. It didn't alert. Go yay. I have to fix that too. But we are currently drinking a little bit of tea, and I think my tea is out. So there is that. Hold on a second. I'm gonna grab something else to drink. My tea is out. So I'm gonna grab a soda real quick. Alright, I'm back. I now have a new drink. I've reorganized my desk a little bit. I'm back to eating my microphone. And what do we have here? Power generators. Ooh, I don't have any of those, I don't think. Scrap metal, I know I have that. Honestly, ED has the friendliest player base. Honestly, I don't know if it's the friendliest player base, but it is the least toxic. And I think the big reason why is because it is very me-centric. You know, I don't have to work with other players in order to enjoy ED. Because there is nothing in this game I need to team up with anybody to go do, except for community events, obviously. But community events aside, I don't need to team up with anybody to go do something. I can go do everything. I can even do community events by myself if I choose to do so. May not be recommended, but I can. And the game is designed for you to do that. So it is the least toxic, not necessarily the easiest to do. But that's okay. Oh, it's mislabeled. So what do we have here? Scrambled emissions, don't need those. Particulated chemist grade 3. Precipitated alloys. I don't think I have any precipitated alloys. So that might be worth going to get. Not got phase alloys. I do have some precipitated alloys. Not many, but I got a few. The other one that is actually a really good environment for most players, especially new players, is Final Fantasy XIV. Now, endgame on that game can get a little dicey if you want to play like the current season, because you have to have a solid guild, a solid team, and you don't always have that when you're new. But it is, you know, quite nice. Oh, did I lose? Alright, we'll do this one. Apparently that other one I lost. It timed out. Or it was a cargo hold thing. Yeah, I played 14 for a long time. Very long time. I haven't played it in a couple of years, though. So I don't know about the latest expansion. But everything before that, I was very happy with. I stopped playing on the moon. I got to the whole moon expansion. When I want to take the moon and turn it into a ship and then fly it away. I got to the whole moon expansion, and that was pretty much where I stopped. I think I couldn't get into the story, and I don't do the end game content. I don't do guild stuff. So and here I am hitting the wrong buttons. I wish it was Final Fantasy 11. All they had to do was better graphics and jump. My Blue Mage was insane. You know, Final Fantasy 11 was a good game. I didn't play it after they revamped the combat system to no longer require teams. The biggest problem that I had with 11 was they were very meta. If you weren't running the exact right job with the exact right sub job with the exact right gear, parties just would not let you join or play. Even though there were off-base builds that you would think, oh, that's not a good build. You know, that's a garbage build. But it was a really, really good build. Like in certain areas that use like status effects or whatever, having a Dragoon sub-red mage was amazing. Because the dragon's breath weapon hit the whole party and basically removed debuffs. Got poisoned? The dragon just removes it from the whole party. And you can do that once every like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So it saved your white mage to have to cast antidote and everybody. It really did help a lot. But there was a lot of jobs like that where it was like, and there was amazing combinations that nobody used, so nobody wanted you to use them because they didn't understand how good they were. It's a shame. It's an absolute tragedy. But, you know, it's life. It's just the way 11 worked. Thankfully, that's not a problem you have in 14. The biggest problem in 14 is the whole meta gear problem. Where the only gear that's worth having is whatever the end game drop gear is. And there really isn't anything better to do with that. You can't do anything better. It's like the best gear, period. Because it's all pretty much gear spec'd, but you gotta have it in order to get it type problem. Unless you have a really good party. That's my problem with 14. Or you gotta sit there and spend like 40 hours grinding in order to get the gear. Now there was another one that was a really, really good environment. And that was Phantasy Star Online 2. Before they did their next generation upgrade. That game was amazing on the community side. And the reason it worked on the community in PSO2 and not in the new experience is because everybody had to go back to one hub. You go out and do your missions, go do boss raids, whatever. But when you came back to a single hub. In the new version, Next or NGE or whatever it is, it's like playing Final Fantasy 14 or WoW or something like that. You're on one planet, big open world, but you're not out of one hub. Each region has a hub, and because of that, you lost what made it good. You know, what made the community stick together, because it was always coming back to the same hub. Okay, y'all are just talking over there. Python is such a great ship. And Asp is a good ship too. I haven't asked Scout. I don't have the Explorer, but I just kind of jumped straight to a Python 2 for combat, because it's nice. Been happy with it. But yeah, no, MMOs have gone downhill in recent years. They've just gotten really toxic, and I think has a lot to do with the way LMOs work. These are the ones that always drive me nuts. Like, yeah, this guy wants me to trade my dudes in for slaves. And it's like, really? The slave offers usually aren't even that good when you compare it to the actual standard offer. See, here, I'm talking 2 million and a bunch of stats, right? And up here on the slave offer, it's like, I'll give you 100K and some stats, maybe some rep. It's like, really? That's not even worth my time. Now, if you level up the pirate factions, they actually are worth it. But, you know. You need the Asp Explorer for the jump range. Yeah, that makes sense. It is a much farther range vehicle. But having a good jump range is important. That's why for like my Mandy and for my T9, I am totally expanding their capabilities. And like my T8 that I have, I'm actually going to re-rig that for mining. So I can go out and do mining runs. And mine rings and stuff. Because with the T8 mining rig, then you actually can do quite a bit. Because you can have like 200-ish cargo spots, and the rest you can use the others for like the refineries and the limpets and stuff like that. Yeah, once you get the Mac grind is done, I can buy those FSDs. It's on. Yeah, the FSDs is. I mean, you can buy SCOs. That's not a problem. It's the engineering. That's pretty much what I'm working on now, is trying to get all the mats for the engineering stuff. But I'm also just kind of casually doing it because I think I need chemical processors still. The atypical wakes, I have 37, which is enough to do at least one engine. And the chemical processors, I still need to buy that. I still need to hold those. Phosphorus I have. Strange Wake Solutions. I don't think I have any of those. See, I don't have any Strange Wake Solutions. I need to get those. I have the manganese. The eccentric hyperspace projectors. I need those. I have the arsenic. Chemical manipulators. So I got most of what I need. I don't have enough of those. But I'm getting there. If I understand, the tech unlocks are double engineered. I believe so. It's just a matter of getting it unlocked. The thing about the engineering, though, is you just have to get the engineer unlocked and get their stats leveled up so that you can do things. That's the big thing about it. And it unlocks the rest of the engineers. It's just a matter of getting it all done. I haven't done all my engineers because I frankly I didn't have big enough ships to worry about it. If you're not flying around in ships that have a base cost of like 60 to 70 million, engineering is not really worth it. Oh, okay. That makes sense. That's nice. I like pre-engineered equipment. I thought it was a nice idea. I need to look up the tech unlocks so that I can actually go get more of them. Once I have the money and resources. I mean, I have the money now. I mean, I could go buy them, but jeez, this is such a long flight. 75,000 light seconds. Always a mess. Always a mess. That's what I have to say about it. Always a mess. It's already 10:13? Jeez. Y'all make the time fly. I'm glad y'all are here because, it makes it a lot easier to play. Don't always get as much done when I'm talking with y'all, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here to jabber. Not to actually get things done. I get things done all day long. There it is. During the day when I'm not online with y'all, I get stuff done. Oh, my carrier doesn't offer shipyard. Ooh, poor boy. That stinks. That stinks. Yeah, but at least he can unload the cargo temporarily so he can go to a station nearby and re-engineer. Because he can jump to another station, re-engineer his ship, and then come back. Pick up the cargo from you and then move on. It's not always a pleasant way to work, but it is operational. Alright, here we go. Come on. Let's drop these guys off. I want the alloys. That was nice. Oh, my faction almost went up with independent systems. I'm almost cordial with independence. Almost. That is a hair's breadth away. So sucks. Landing home station in Maya to prep. Nice. Don't need those. Don't need those. Yeah, hit the wrong key. Don't need those. Well, we're pretty far from home. How far are we from my home systems? That's the question I have. Ah. That's cool. But only if you're only good if you have the blueprints. Yeah, that's the problem with Guardian tech is you gotta have the blueprints. Which means you gotta you gotta go back out to the thing. Out to the Guardian sites for that. Now there are groups out there that do regular like runs out to like the Guardian sites, whatever they do, like a Guardian site tour, and they'll just load a bunch of people up on on one of the carriers, jump them out. Everybody does the whole thing in like a group instance, and then comes back. That I understand those are pretty cool. I am next to Seoul. God, I'm next to Seoul. I've jumped that far? My random jumping of these missions has taken me all the way up to Seoul. Jeez. That's pretty sad. Is there a mission going to Seoul? Just out of curiosity. Any missions going that way? Let's see. Wait, hold on. Any people want to go to Seoul? Probably not. Tasenti. None of those. Curiosity. Regular mission board. Now, I don't have anything. I don't know if they're going to restrict the permits from the Thargoid invasion, because they gave out one for Seoul and they gave out one for one of the other systems, I think, so that people could go, so that anybody could go play with the Thargoids. So, if you have it, you're good. But for going forward, they might, not give them away anymore. But I'm kind of glad that I came in when I did, because the permits were still being given out. But we'll see if they actually maintain that. Look, I can donate money and buy myself a rank. I love this part of the game where we can just sit there and, you know what? I got a couple $100 million. I'm just gonna go buy myself, an ally. I love it. Let's see here. Nothing interesting in there. There are the other dead Stargoids out there to scavenge also. Yes, that's true. If you actually look at the map, once you actually have your equipment to be able to do the salvaging. There's several. Like I'm next to one on Seoul. And there's 2 over here. There's 2 more down there. There's 3 more over here. And that's just the ones that I've seen. So I don't know if they're all on the map. I assume they are. But if so, that's like all the locations that you have them. You know, all of these where they have Thargoids. So there is that. What's this icon again? Rescue megaships. Oh, okay. I haven't gone to a rescue megaship. You know what? I'm gonna do this just so we can go look at it. Because I'm only one jump out from it. And I have not looked at the megaships. What do you have? No worries, there's that concern. Forgot that I need what I needed for soul permit. Still needed elite for Jameson. Yeah, you don't need, like I said, if you came in anytime during the end of the Thargoid invasion still, then you're giving your soul permit. Because they were handing it out to everybody so they could play. That's cool. I definitely want to get the unlocks for the Goid stuff. I want to get myself set up as with Guardian gear and Thargoid stuff. To be able to do that content. Because I don't think that's done personally. The Thargoid invasion was popular. So I think it's going to come back around in a while. Like during the like after we do, because like right now we're in recovery. They're going to go through colonization, and I expect colonization to be like a year or 2 of allowing people to colonize. And then what I'm suspecting is we're going to see not necessarily the big super capitals from the Thargoids, but start seeing the Thargoid, the smaller ships or whatever, showing up to attack people. Having the Thargoids be a pain in your butt. Now, there's the rescue ship. Let's go take a look at it. See if it's got anything of interest. It's let's see behind the planet. It's probably behind the planet. There we go. Da, 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 da. Down the Pleiades sector? I don't know. Yeah, removing the locks down there to go after the Goids themselves. That might not be a bad idea. That might be fun. So players can actually go after the Thargoids at their home. I don't know if we're actually going to make it to this mega ship. We're going to have a belt in the way. It's kind of in a weird spot on this gas giant. Kind of messed up on the first time. Not cool of us. You know what? You want the mess ups though, because then you learn. There's the carrier. Let's go ahead and dock. Uh-huh. There we go.
Heatsink deployed.
Oops. That's not what I wanted. Alright, now we can dock.
Docking request granted.
Let's go take a picture real quick. I would honestly be shocked if they never use the Star Thargoid game as assets again. A lot of money and time went into those from a game dev perspective. Now, from a game dev perspective, game developers do not care about reusing assets. They really don't. And you want evidence for that, look at every single MMO on the planet. They will make an asset for a thing. They will use that thing exactly once. Never touch it again. Never update the model. Just that's it. Done. You get what you get. Moving on. However, FDev with Elite Dangerous, they've been meticulous about making sure that everything that they make stays relevant years later. Whether it's visual content, whether it's assets, whatever it happens to be, they make sure that everything that they're using, all the assets and everything, is completely relevant years later. So, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Optional integration modules. Here we go, anti-corrosion E. So this guy wants me to buy the anti-corrosion racks to get the 4Es. That's cool. And the metal alloys. This is the only one you want to get available to you for your larger ships, because you want this if you're gonna go play with the hardwoods. It's not that it's not accessible. It's that the majority of them is, why do you bother? As an example, if you're playing, say, Final Fantasy XIV, you will probably see people doing occasionally the older content, and the system will either encourage you or force you to do that if you want to do all the content, and it's great. However, if you go to something else, like say World of Warcraft, you will never see anybody play the older content in the game. They just won't do it. They have no incentive to. Why? Because everything that you get in that content is only there for leveling, and once you're past those levels, you move on. People rarely go back and do those older raids, the older dungeons, or whatever, other than to have the achievement to do it. They just don't do it anymore. And you can't blame them. It's just the way it is. Caustic sink launcher. Oh. I guess that's useful if you're dealing with corrosion stuff. Oh, it's an outfitting. Cool. Have to remember this stuff's here. And not that I need it at the moment, but might as well check it out while we're down here. Because it's the cool stuff. Yeah, exactly. You need that for the Earth Titan in order to use the cloud. That's right. I went down to Earth, saw that thing, I'm like, this is bad. And immediately flew to the closest station once I started getting the damage. I'm like, I'm out of here. We are out of here. Not happening. So some of these are actually unlocked. Guardian Nanite Probe. Really? I actually have some of this stuff. That's cool. Interesting. Interesting. Because all of that's available for a price. Once you get unlocked. But that's cool. Alright. Now going over here. Let's see the experimentals here. What's this one? The shutdown field neutralizer. Shutdown field neutralizer creates an interference frequency used by thyroid shutdown fields, almost fully negating the incapacitation effect on non-human vessels. The interference must be maintained. Okay. Xenoscanners? What's this? Scanner can gather data about alien vessels. Huh. That's the enhanced version. Pulse scanner that gathers data about capital class alien vessels intended for use for Titans. Though it can also analyze smaller vessels. Interesting. Okay, so none of that. None of that. Hold on. No, I want to look at the outfitting still. Looks like nothing in here. Nope, that's cool though. I like the experimental stuff. It's actually pretty sharp. Alright, so we've gone through contacts, we've gone through outfitting. Anything interesting in the resource market? Nothing for buy. Sell. They'll buy stuff. You want to make some money on water? They want water. The problem is a lot of this stuff isn't really that useful. The profits aren't that high. A lot of that stuff. Which is a shame. No missions. Nothing I can do anyway. And no missions. What's the point of that mission one even being active if there's no missions currently available for it? Okay, anyway. That's good to know. So we go back to the map. Create a lesson. Hit escape. Go to social. Yeah. Because I think I have social. So you go here. Like here's Wraith, here's Megacron, and so on. But you can summon friends by doing a search. So I can use search here for AXY, I lock search. Here's you. Add friend. And then you'll see it up in your window right here. You can see who's online, who sent you friend requests, whatever. It's easy peasy. It isn't always like intuitive in ED where stuff is, but it is all there. It's all there. I can go to Sirius. I forgot about that. I can go to Sirius now. I don't think I've been to Sirius. Let's go to Sirius. I haven't been to that system. I guarantee that.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged.
What I want to do though is I want to find Sirius. Do that. Because I want to do a system scan real quick before I leave. I didn't forget to do that before I left. Then I think Sirius might actually below me.
Frameshift drive charging.
In which case I want to get away from this planet first.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
Alright. Now, where's Sirius at?
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, good. We can see it. I don't have a lot of, I have the scanner equipment on me to actually map all the planets. Even if I wanted to. But we can at least do the basic scan and kind of look at the system. See what's out there, because I haven't been to these. Come on, White Star. Let's get off that. So Sirius is a class with a B class orbiting it. A gas giant who might as well be a star. Star space. A landable planet. This one's landable. I haven't mapped it, but why does it say no one set foot on that planet? There's no recorded first fall? What? That's got me interested. I'm interested. Color me baffled. And it's not like Lucifer's that far out. You're so welcome. It's so odd. I don't have mapping tools on this ship, so I can't map it. That's what it looks like. So I'm gonna fly out to Lucifer. I'm gonna land on it, and I'm gonna claim it if it's available. Considering it's Sirius, landfall should have been like immediately claimed on Sirius. You know? Now, it may just be a bug in the system, but now I have noticed that planets that happen to have horizons or Odyssey bases on them, people don't always think to do landfalls to get out and walk around in the random part of the base. Because if I'm base, I don't think it counts. Because you're inside the compound. You actually have to be outside on the planet surface. Has better slots than the aspects. Yes, the Mandy is the next. Is the best explorer right now. It's like 17 mil base. I think it's like 100 mil max, fully kit, and it has the best stats for a low end explorer. Unmodified with a SCOAT jump drive, it can get around 40 light years for its long jump. It does have a bit of a small gas tank. So if you're gonna go really far, you might want to change out that small gas tank for a larger one. But you get the largest gas tank you can, but it has a small gas tank, so you have to have a scoop. And you have to plan your routes. So the mats to, or I would get a Manly, because the Manly is available, and I just go with it. Completely engineered. I think it's the new meta. I think it is. I think a fully engineered Python or Anaconda might be able to out jump it, but that's only because they have a larger fuel tank. And they have bigger FSDs. So they can have a larger fuel tank with a slightly longer range. But for, like I said, a small ship, I would be surprised if it's totally the new meta. It's an amazing craft. The only problem with it, though, is if you want to do like a a full all around exploration build, it's a bit weak because it doesn't have enough slots to do everything effectively, I found. So if you actually put in the bioscanner and you put in the repair limpets and you put in all that stuff like repair limpets, you can just yank those out. You don't need them. But the bioscanner, you'd probably want to have that and that kind of stuff. But you can rip out some of that stuff that is kind of in the recommended list so that you can actually do it. I'm thinking about getting a second Manly so that I can kind of work with it and tweak it a little bit. So I have two different ones that can run side by side. I want something to confer, grab the mats. I need smaller than a Cuda. Yeah, Cuda it's a good ship, but it is a beast in size. It is definitely a beast. And the only reason I'm doing what I'm doing and what I'm doing it in is because this thing has an autopilot, so I can make it do auto landing for me. Because landing this thing is not a cakewalk. Because it's so large. Yeah, I don't have an anaconda. I do have a python. And again, it is a relatively large craft for what it is. Can we find a... Oop, found one. Autopilot for the win. God, I don't know if I could do landings anymore without an autopilot assist. The terrain is so hard to find a place that's you can land the ships on. Especially if you got a large ship like this. Come on. Easy peasy. Get us on the ground. Now, let's see if this is actually accurate. That this thing does not have a first landfall on it. If that's the case, this would be amazingly hysterical. Analyzing. Lucifer, gravity, atmosphere, temperature. Nope, looks like it's a ghost in the database. Because it's already inhabited, apparently it doesn't register human landfalls. Hey, it was worth a shot. I can say I landed on Sirius. Not on Lucifer. Which system's locked? Sirius? Yes, it used to be. I mean, I have a Sirius permit, but not everybody does. Where's permits at again? Permits are... Where is that? Stats? Here's permits. So I have one for Sirius, I have HIP 22460, and I have Soul. Not too bad, considering I haven't really been playing. Not looking for like permits and stuff. What I'm saying is, I think Footfall is locked out because it might be, but I've also seen where Footfall is locked out on systems that have stations on them. So it's got a planet's got a station on it, ground station for like Odyssey or Horizons. I've seen it where they don't record footfalls either. Have a good night, Rylock. I just wanted to land on it because I could. I'd scan it if I had probes. I don't have it on this ship. But I'll stop in at the orb. Can I dock here? I don't think I can. I think I'm too big. I think this one doesn't have large docks. I could land on the planet. I can go to the other station too. But we'll see. Brian Vision. Yeah, the only problem that I see with colonization is they have to put limits in systems. Like, you can only have, like, X number of stations in a system or ground bases in a system or whatever. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm gonna say hi anyway. We don't have cargo space for you. Yeah, we'll go here. We'll just go out to that station. I know I can dock there. And I'll feel like landing back on the planet. It's just not worth it. I don't mind dropping on planets for missions or whatever, but I'm not a fan of doing it for anything else. And the funny thing is, outposts are one of those weird places that a lot of times you can do like alcohol runs or do what they call a booze cruise, where you can go buy alcohol cheap somewhere in the universe and then take them to those smaller stations, but you got to use a smaller medium size transport to do it. So it's inconvenient or not worth the expense to do it in as a solo thing. Both a carrier, once you get the everything lined out, it's actually supposed to be really profitable if you can get it all lined out. There's a couple different things like that you can do with carriers that make like insane money. Do those kinds of things once or twice and you got your own carrier. And you're in the carrier club. Me, on the other hand, I am nowhere near a carrier club. Maybe eventually I'll get there. My luck, I'll get there about the time that we can start buying a colony ship and take our colony ships out to go colonize systems. I just hope it doesn't take. I just hope the colony ships are good for more than one system. And it's not like one colony ship per system. That would kind of suck. That would totally suck. If you had to buy a new colony ship for each system, I'd say like that thing's probably gonna be like 20 billion or 30 billion a piece. They said that it's gonna be like money's not gonna be barrier to entry for colonization, but I don't think so. I think it's gonna be like thinking that you can claim a system, but it'd be impossible to actually colonize it without a carrier or a colonization ship. Because otherwise it would take you like decades to colonize a system that you collected. But there are some nice ones out there. The big alcohol profit comes from Rockham's Peak, which is a holiday about every month, where they pay something like 10 times. Exactly. That's when they do the booze cruise. Yeah. PTN does the booze cruise up that way. It doesn't always land on a day that a lot of people can attend, though. Which kind of works out, because if it's on a day that not a lot of people can attend, the few that can attend make that much more money. Because I think when they unload the carrier, once it's full of booze, or carriers, they unload multiple carriers. It's like, I think the last time one of the guys I was talking to said that when he did it, he got like 2 billion or something like that on the booze cruise after they were done unloading all the carriers. He said it was nuts. I'm hoping to get onto the next one, but it depends on when it lands. That's whether or not I can actually attend. Because that would be fun. Alright, I'm going to dock and then call it a night. So thank you for dropping in, everybody. It's greatly appreciated. And let's not blow up in the, let's smash our face in. That would be bad. That'd be a great way to end the stream. Smash my face right into a station. It's hard for them because of all the dead carriers from that who get mad and left their carriers in the only path up there. Ugh. Good to spend time with the Fyodor. Thank you. Have a good night, everybody. And like I said, tomorrow we'll be back, but we'll be doing Final Fantasy V. So come back and see that if you have interest. And I will see you next time. It's greatly appreciated.